Welcome. Thank you for joining me. For those that don't know me, my name is Sarah. I'm a mom. I'm an astrologist. I am a Tupperware lady. I am lots of things to lots of people. Today, I am an astrologist and I'm sharing the new moon in Aquarius and all things Aquarius over this next hour. And how this hour will flow is I want to start off with a little bit of a grounding meditation because Aquarius is an air sign. Sometimes it does feel like you can get a little scattered every time the moon moves into Aquarius because I have an Aquarius moon myself. I feel like I have electricity moving through me, if that makes sense. So what I invite you to do is to ground with me. And the way that we're going to ground is by closing our eyes. So I invite you to get comfortable, close your eyes, and have your palms be in an open position if you can. And I want you to envision a waterfall of light coming down from the heavens, over your head, over your body, and down in your toes. This gush of light, this gush of water, whatever that looks like to you. And when I say envision, I mean any senses that you feel comfortable with. And as you envision this, I ask you to say to yourself or out loud, any energy that is not mine must leave my space now. And give it as a command. Any energy that is not mine must leave my space now. And you should feel like your energy is clearing out into your feet. From there, I want you to start to replenish yourself, because if we only clear out things, then any energy that we didn't want to have will just come right back. And I invite you to pretend the earth is plugging into you. I prefer to have the earth plug into myself versus me plug into the earth. It feels less invasive. And so I always envision ivy coming up around my feet. You could envision soft snow or earth, whatever that looks like for you, continuing to breathe in and out. And have this imagination of earth coming into you, fill you up with the energy that was just taken away, that was not yours. Have that energy circle around you in whatever element that you love to have as a shield so that any negativity does not penetrate it. For me, it is ivy, going all the way up. And this is literally how I clear, ground, and shield myself every time I meet with clients, every time I go into Target, all the things. If you're watching the replay, please let me know by sharing comments, especially if this resonates with you. I will share a little bit about myself. As I shared at the beginning, my name is Sarah. I'm a mom and I'm an astrologist. I'm a Tupperware lady. I'm a former 7th grade remedial reading teacher. I am a person that likes to help people. My passion is to help people bring their dreams to reality. Through astrology, it's understanding their energies. And it is a passion of mine to help parents understand their children's energies too through their birth chart. So that is a little bit about me. Please share in the comments where you're joining us today, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. I do have some notes because with the moon in air, it is easy to get scattered. And the grounding, that meditation that we did, really does help us to lean into this amazing new moon, the first new moon that we have of 2023. All right, so what is Aquarius season? So Aquarius season is a time where we move from looking at our careers and our work and building those foundations into community. Aquarius season is a feeling of empowerment to expand your self of thought, meaning it is a forward-thinking sign. It is a sign that looks at technology. It's a sign that wants to be part of a community and grow friends and all of the things that allows us to build a better society. It has the glyph of water bearer, so people think that it's a water sign, when in reality it is a person pouring the wisdom of the ages out there. And for those of you with Aquarius birthdays, and that would be anybody from now until about February 18th, give or take a day, because the sign changes sometimes in the middle, I do have a birthday gift for you, and you can check out the link in my bio for that. So what I'm going to start with is a collective oracle card pull. And what that means is this is open to anybody who is wanting to receive this. Some things, well, hi Kimberly, welcome. Did you go out in the snow today? I know you posted about it yesterday. This oracle card reading is open to anybody who wishes to receive it. And the way that I do my oracle card readings for the collective is very simple. It is, if you are willing to receive it, I wish for you to type receive in the comments or in yourself or out loud. You can tap the screen, whatever that looks like. I want to be able to feel energy, and the way that I feel the energy when I do these is it's through my legs. It feels like like I have ants crawling all over me, and I don't like ants, so that's huge. And this first card pull is for the collective, for where we are as we start Aquarius season, what we're moving into, and if things get rough over these next 29 or so days, what can be done to kind of make that easy, or to kind of help you move back your place. If you want to have your own oracle card reading, I ask that you do click on the star above and subscribe, because I feel that that is a really great way to reward people who believe in subscribing in me. You're always welcome to follow me, and I thank you for the follows. And this is for collective, for Aquarius energy. Again, how you can receive this, and if you're watching on Facebook, how you can receive it is putting receive in the comments. It may resonate with you, it may not. You might want to write it down, because it might resonate with you later in a few days too. So here we go. All right, so this oracle card pull is for the collective, for anyone who is watching live on the replay or in the future, of where we are right now as we start Aquarius season, what we're moving into, and if we need help along the way, how can we move back to the path for our higher self. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. That one wants to come out. And then course correction, please. That was the course correction card. All right. So I use Shaman's Dream as my deck that I do all of my, are you saying looks huge? This is Shaman's Dream deck. It is my favorite deck to use. For those of you on Facebook, it looks like this. I use this every time I meet with a client before I have a consultation with them to see what is it that they need as well. So I am going to read it from the guidebook, because this is a collective reading. Something in the guidebook might resonate with you more than what my intuition would give to you. And so this is, again, where we're starting Aquarius season with. And so this is the wailing tree. And I'm showing it to TikTok, and I'm showing it to Facebook as well. And so I'm just going to hold it here because I think it does both. So where we're beginning our journey in Aquarius season is a wailing tree, grief and mourning, time of necessary losses and reconciliations. When you encounter the wailing tree on your path, it is an invitation to stay a while and regroup, a place for you to rest, allow yourself to say goodbye that to no longer serves. Well, that's huge. That is perfect for today, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Or is putting too much effort into a life with a little reward. If you've been considering making a change, this is now the time to do so. This is a perfect card. Life is not either or, it is both and this and that. So when you dive in and process this, allow it to become temporary travel companion in your journey. The feelings of this will bring to surface the challenging for sure, yet like all things, they will pass soon enough and you will be more enriched by the experience. So where we are right now is the wailing tree, and this is very perfect given the fact that we are on a new moon, or we are officially at a new moon. So it's asking us to let go of things that no longer serve us. That's what a new moon is all about, and especially this new moon in Aquarius. So where we are moving towards is the horned cactus, and this is about resourcefulness. And also I just intuitively feel like this is a great card for Aquarius season moving into it, because Aquarians love to be resourceful. They love to really think outside of the box. That's one of their hallmarks, is being able to think outside of the box. So horned cactus is blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, and discovery. When nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, begin to question your relevance. During these periods of life, you may feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful to the success that never happened for you. The issue is here, however, is a matter of perception. What box? You're funny, Kimberly. The horned cactus thrives in barren desertscape, offering you the gifts of water when it will appear to be dry. If you look at its body, you will see its natural thorns and protect it from predators and elements. What you don't see is the deep roots extending far into the earth, filling with a continuous flow of water. This is succulent, it is symbol and resilience of resourcefulness, and it brings you to needs that were met in spite of the contrary. It's a reminder of courage and inherent wisdom. The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures. You must first acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you are tested here. Be the cactus, be resilient and resourceful. And I agree. In Aquarius season, that is completely needed, completely necessary. Where we're moving, if we get into things and things gets hard and our resourcefulness seems to dry up, what can we do to bring us back to the path that we need to during Aquarius season? And that is the unmarked trail. That is the revelation that is needed for you. So that is 57. This is Shaman's Dream deck from Colette Baron Reed. I absolutely love her decks. She channels them in. So the unmarked trail is unprecedented experience, discover, and revelation. Wow, that's perfect for Aquarius season as well. You are called to embark on a journey of a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights in their quest for the Holy Grail to make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one has ever followed. Well, heck, if that's not Aquarius, I don't know what is. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via the route as you are unidentified to find what you seek. The manicured paths will bring the only temporary pleasure, what later great pain. Stop it. You already know there's no reward at the end of your road you are following. You're only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit in your heart to a sacred endeavor. We're going to talk about what could be new moon intentions for you today and how you can cast them. So I love this line where it says, stop it. You are already know that there's no reward at the end, that the road you are following, you are only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit to the heart of your sacred endeavor. That sacred endeavor is the new moon intention. You have the ability to create today with this energy. Vow not to look for old situations, for it may not have worked in the past. Get out of character, try to be outrageous, keep your quest private. Now is not the time to speak the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you've already made a choice, even if you don't want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart may become true. Your heart has already made up, and your mind will follow. The universe has your back, and I believe that firmly. I believe the universe always has our back. Some people call the universe divine. Some people call it whatever it is that is a deity that you follow. I view it as the universe and the energy. I think this is just amazing. Oh, whew, that was a really great reading to start off with. Let's talk a little bit about the Aquarius new moon. Back again. All right, let's talk about the Aquarius new moon. So Aquarius new moon has a lot of the same vibes that we talked about at the very beginning with Aquarius season. The high road of Aquarius is forward thinking. It is having your thoughts be outside of the box. If you are a native Aquarius moon, you might have felt like you were the black sheep growing up. An Aquarius sun might feel the same way too. You might feel like you have the ability to detach from things emotionally. And when I say detach from things emotionally, I mean that you have the ability to make it so you can take your emotions and put them here and look at the situation over here. Now the high road of that is you're able to see what's going on as a whole. The low road is a perception that people think that you're cold and unfeeling, when in reality you're just able to look at the situation as a whole. That is what an Aquarius moon is like. It is some archetypes. I wrote them down, so I'm going to take and share them with you now. They have a very huge ability to dream things up, and not only dream them up, but put them into reality. And what I mean by that is Aquarius is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is the planet of structure. It is the principal that comes to the classroom and says, haha, Kimberly, come here. You got to go learn this lesson. And you have to learn those lessons whether you like it or not. We have these 7-year Saturn cycles. Every 29 years or so, we get to have our Saturn return. When you have a reading with me, I check those dates to see when your chart was activated. So Aquarius is ruled by structure. It is also ruled by Uranus. So in traditional astrology, it's Saturn. In modern astrology, it's Uranus. Uranus is the planet of, I'm going to do things my way. You want to do it this way? Yeah, we're going to do it that way. I'm going to think outside of the box. It's electricity. It's forward thinking. It's shaking things up. It's releasing things that no longer serve you. So this Aquarius new moon invites you to do that. With the Capricorn new moon we had in December, you started thinking about how your life, how you want to project your life out into the world. How does that serve you or doesn't? Now we have the energy of this new moon, because of what's next to her, to really dig deep into that and to let go of things that just don't serve you at all. And what do I mean by that? I try to make this practical. If you know me at all, I'm a Taurus rising. I have to make things practical. Our moon is right next to Pluto, and Pluto is the planet of transformation. It has a very scorpionic feel. So if you think back to how your feelings were or your personality was back in October into November, you might have felt like there was this deep psychological need to get stuff done. You have ability that you want to get to the truth of the matter, to the heart of the matter. You want to just let things die and then so they can reborn. That is the cycle of life after all. I am not a green thumb. I cannot grow a plant to save my life unless they don't need much water, because I forget to water things. It's who I am. But I know when a plant dies, its nutrients goes into the soil so that I can go ahead and plant something else. So what I invite you to do with this new moon today is to consider pondering over the next 6 to 12 hours, what is something that's coming up for you in your life? Now, where it could be coming up in your life really is dependent on where Aquarius is in your chart. If you have never done a birth chart before, one of the ways that you can do that is going to astro.com, putting in your birth data. You do need to have your time of birth, your location, and your day of birth to be able to pull that up. So, transformation is hard. Letting go is hard. But it's sometimes necessary. The thing that we have going for us is we have a very easy energy to make that happen. Why? We have almost all of our planets going direct. Tomorrow Uranus is going to go direct as well. Uranus is the co-ruler of Aquarius. And from tomorrow until April-ish, you might feel like your energy is just moving forward, like things are just clicking into place. Things that have been hard and like you just were so stuck and you couldn't get those things to move forward, now suddenly are. So for your new moon intentions, what I invite you to do is, if you created some kind of vision board for yourself for 2023, look at it and consider what would be the next step to make that vision that you overall want to have come to light happen. Not the big vision. Manifestations, because it's going to happen so quickly, may not be the big vision, but what is the next step to get you to that big vision to make it happen for you? If that makes sense. Let me know if it does as I pour myself some more tea and take a drink of the water. Tea water. This is Moon Magic tea from Friday Teas. If you have water by you, I invite you to take a sip of water as well. What do you want to bring into your life? Really can be punctuated by what house Aquarius rules. What does that mean? When you do a birth chart reading with me, and I'm going to, I think I left mirroring on, so everything was probably backwards for the oracle cards. This is what a chart looks like. So this is my birth chart, and Aquarius rules, as you can see, my 10th house. It actually rules my 11th house, but it starts in my 10th house. So most of my themes are going to be about the community, but I'm starting with my career. I'm starting with how I project myself in the outward place. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what houses mean. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper handy, I highly recommend that you grab it. And I want you to think about where, and this is based on rising signs. So if you have a Cancer rising sign, it is about yourself. It is about your image. It's about how you want to rule yourself together. If your rising sign is Leo, then it's going to be more about possessions and wealth, and how do you feel safe and secure, and what do you value. If your rising sign is Virgo, you might be thinking about communication and what you know. It might be about the siblings that you grew up with. It could be logical. It could be how you think. If your rising sign is Libra, then it might be about your house and your home and the family and how you feel secure. It's a very mothering energy for these next 29 days. If your rising sign is Scorpio, you might find yourself thinking about fun, creativity, pleasure, sex for fun, if you're of age. children, all the joys that come with that. If your rising sign is Sagittarius, you might be thinking about health and work. And when I say work, I mean daily work, like what you do on the day-to-day. Health is just healthy things. Are you being healthy? Do you maybe need to take an alternative way to look at your health, more a naturalistic way? What service can you do? How can you help in your community? If your rising sign is Capricorn, it might be about relationships. And relationships does not mean necessarily romantic. It could mean business relationships. It could mean one-on-one time that you have with your children or child, depending on how many you have. It's about unions. It's about all of the things to do with one-on-one relationships. If your rising sign is Aquarius, it could be about death and transformation, psychology, power, what makes you feel powerful. You're getting to the truth of things, letting go of things that do not serve you whatsoever. If your rising sign is Pisces, you might be thinking philosophically. You might be questioning your beliefs, thinking about your beliefs on a greater stage for a community driven. You might be thinking about ethics. Heck, you might even be thinking, I got to get out of here. I want to just go out and see the world just a little bit and book that vacation. If your rising sign is Aries, you might be thinking about your career and how you want to present yourself to the world. You might be thinking about that stuff differently. How do you, if you've been working on a project at work, how do you create something out of the box? Are you driven to be able to do that? Mars is direct now, so that you do have access to move to that further. If your rising sign is Taurus, friendships and community, what makes you feel good about that? That might come into call. And last, if your rising sign is Gemini, there's a spirituality, there's solitude, there's a lot of self-reflection that can happen. So do you know your rising sign? So where Aquarius falls in your chart gives you the flavor of what this next need more tea. Where it falls in your chart is the flavor of this new lunation. Now, when you go to write these intentions, I invite you to write them from a space of how can they help best support you and your highest good. When you write your new moon intentions, the goal is not necessarily, for example, if your goal is to have somebody fall in love with you, well, is that about you or is that about them? And as the greater question, can I have more self-love for myself? Because that would be an intention for you and not for them. Because you never want to take away somebody else's free will. I firmly believe in free will. It's the one gift we have. And even if you have an astrology reading with me and I share with you some of your energy and you don't necessarily agree or buy into it at that time, it's your free will that gets to decide it. For a solar return reading, it's an energy of the next 30 days, or the next year rather. If you don't want to buy into that energy, that is completely up to you. Will it work all the time? Maybe not. Whatever your intentions are, really do need to speak to your highest and best good to be in alignment. And if it's not in alignment with your highest and best, you might get signs from the universe that says, hey, move over here, just like we saw in the Aquarius reading. So does that make sense to you? Please let me know in the comments if it makes sense at all. And then I have a way to help us with that. So what I'm going to do now is a collective new moon activation spread. And what this is, it's a 6-card spread done in a particular fashion. And I invite you to write it down. There's 6 positions for it. And I'm going to share with you what those 6 positions are before I do the poll. Position 1 will be, what do I need to know about the quality of my current intention? So that's number 1. What do I need to know about the quality of my current intention? 2, how can I co-create for my most empowered self? Because remember, you always have your higher self with you. It's who you are. Position 3 will be, what action do I need to take in order to ignite the magic of my intention? Because intentions are magical. Words have power. We know this. If you go back and think at all about junior high, you know how much words have power. So about the magic of your intention is powerful. It is worthy. Number 4 for positioning, what do I need to co-create for my highest good at this time? Position 5, what is the potential outcome of my intention? And 6, how, if at all, do I course correct to be in better alignment with my intention for the highest good? So this is solely for the collective. This is a new moon activation intention spread. So whatever your new moon intention is, whether you've discovered this or not quite yet, this is for you. And if you have not discovered your new moon intention, that's okay. If you can figure it out within the next 6 to 12 hours, you have that space of this new moon energy because she already is here. She already is there for you. So all I ask, if you want to connect to this new moon intention spread, is to put connect into the chat, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. We are looking for a connection for our new moon activation spread of 6 questions. We ask for your guidance as we move into this new moon of Aquarius, and that this reaches the person or people that wish to have this message. We are looking for 6 cards not to all come out at once. You are jumpy today. If you do not behave, I have to do it a different way. So try again. 6 cards of new moon activation, please. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more. Please and thank you. How do we course correct if we need to, please? All right, I'm going to shuffle you 3 more times, then I'll pick it a different way. I do not get flying cards, so that's 1. Oh, we had 2 fall out. We had 3 fall out. That does not work. So that's 1, 2, and 3. All right. So this is the new moon intention activation spread. Card number 1 is, what do I need to know about the quality of my current intention? I love this card. So what do I need to know about the quality of my current intention? It is rest and renewal. It is the Garden of Venus. So it is 25. I will always read you what it says. So this is the quality of your new moon intention. It is place of all is well for rest and renewal and self-acceptance. The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all your flawed beauty. Do not get caught up in the spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield. You may reveal to others who they are becoming when they no longer have use to the sword. You are returning home. You have the ability to have rest and renewal. So this is where we're starting for. This is the place of our current intention, is it will bring you rest and renewal. Position 2 is how do I co-create for my most empowered self? And that is skywriting the fates. So skywriting the fates is 49. It is the fates, things that we cannot change, and non-judgment. So how do I co-create from my most empowered self? Is coming from a space of non-judgment. It is written in the sky that you have a destiny. You are being invited to explore certain aspects of your unique life. You and you alone. This does not mean your path will be easy, paved with gold and littered with diamond, nor does this predict that your journey is treacherous. It is just your path, the part that cannot be changed radically and accepted as you are. Once you have mastered the skill of non-judgment, you open to the power of curiosity. So can you be, as you co-create this intention, can you be curious? Can you be unencumbered by the burdens of yesterday's fear? That's what an Aquarius moon invites you anyway, because they want you to think outside the box. Remember, we talked about that already. So when you co-create, can you do this without judgment? Can you do this without fear? Because you have a path inside of you that is being laid in front of you. It just might be buried under snow, and you might have to take a look at it a different way. So that is our second position. What action do I need to take in order to ignite the magic of my intention? It is deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. You need to go into yourself. So as you're thinking about this intention that you want to put forth over this next 29 days, this Aquarius moon cycle, you will have this energy to look inside of yourself for the next few days as the moon is in Aquarius. But in the next 6 to 12 hours, this is the perfect time to write that intention. And to do so, you might need to meditate. You might need to slow down to consider, what is it that's coming up for you right now? Because remember, words have power and words are magical. How do you want to present your words to the world? Position 4 is, what do I need to co-create for the highest good at this time? And this is Winter's Dream, a gestation period. Winter's Dream, a gestations period, which is 63. And this is sanctuary conscious awareness. So what do we need to have in order to create the highest good is you need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware and present so that you can notice what the universe is telling you about your intention. That there is a path in front of you, that there is the ability for you to do what you need to do to get more in alignment or to have your highest self. It doesn't have to be like a lottery. It can just be, what is your next step to move forward? Especially if you're doing or needing to release something that no longer is serving you. Remember, you have that energy to be able to do so in this cycle, because we have Pluto right next to the moon. We have Saturn right next to Venus. So they're playing nice. They want to put structures into things that really we value. That is completely okay. Someone unexpectedly stopped by. I hope it was a good occurrence. I mean, we do have Uranus being attached today. Unexpected things are bound to happen. Can you be okay with it? So position 5 is, what is the potential outcome? It is the beginner's mind, fresh breath. I love this card. It's so beautiful. So when you have a beginner's mind, you have openness, you have curiosity. So if you have the ability to have that open mind, your intention can have more success because you can see more ways to make it happen. If you feel like there's only one way to make something happen, then it becomes very inflexible. Now, I know Aquarius is a fixed sign. It likes things to do the way that they do it. That said, realize that if you have a beginner's mind, if you tap into that curiosity, you have the ability to see a new direction that maybe you didn't think of before. That's what's calling into your intention. If you do need to course correct, this card has been coming up a lot in my readings lately. It is the Vanishing Mirror Ego Sublimation, which is letting go of self-centeredness and becoming the vessel of possibility. So if you have to course correct during this entire time of this Aquarius moon through your intentions, can you open yourself up to possibility? Can you let your ego be put aside so that you can have whatever you consider to be the divine, universe, whatever you work with, kind of help you along, your higher self help you along? Can you be open to that? That's how we course correct. So this is the new moon intention spread. Let me know if any of that resonated with any of you. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot of information today. Did you find this helpful? I did a lot of talking. Please share in the comments if you thought this was helpful as we move into Aquarius and the new moon, because this is something I would love to do more often if you think it would be helpful as well. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. I truly do appreciate you, especially taking time out of your day to listen to my musings about what Aquarius is in nature. I appreciate it so very much.